My name is Mariana Mullins. I go by Mari Faye, or Mari for short. I am a licensed cosmetologist of 7 years and a twerk fitness instructor, a professional dancer, aspiring model, and whatever else I feel like doing. I love dancing because it gives me a moment to get away and not think about whatever it is I have going on. I like doing hair, or love doing hair, because I like transforming people's hair into things that they think it can't be, as in healthy. A lot of people think they can't get their hair healthy, and it's fun to watch them get excited about what their hair is doing. I love to listen to old school music. I love to sleep when I can. So I've actually made a lot of health changes. I started off with not eating fast food anymore, and then cooking. And then as I started cooking, I started to realize that I don't like meat. So I got rid of meat, and then I got rid of dairy. And now, right now I'm vegan. I don't eat fast food. I don't eat high fructose corn syrup. I don't eat GMO. I don't eat color dyes, artificial flavor. I don't eat anything that isn't a plant of some sort.
Can you share what made you not want to eat meat other than you not liking it? Was it something deeper or no?
Not really. When I used to do Blue Apron, and the meat was like really fresh, like really fresh. And I've always been weird about the smell of raw meat. And when I would cook it, after I would cook it, it'd be done, it'd be time to eat, and I'd be like, it still smelled raw to me. And then I started just correlating that with animals, and just, now I never watched any of the videos of them getting slaughtered or being mistreated or anything like that. It was just the thought of, you just start thinking like, this is kind of gross.
Yeah.
And yeah, so instantly I noticed health benefits, my weight, because I had been trying to get that last little bit of weight loss gone, and that went quickly. I had more energy, I was more active, I was happier, nicer, more patience.
Wow.
Wanting to do more things. And then it kind of opened up my mind to other healthier things, not just for my body, but my hair. Right. So I cut all my hair off. So I was like, I don't want to have to wear a weave. I don't want to have to get braids. I want to take care of my hair. And I can't tell people, hey, you need to keep your hair healthy and then have heat damage.
Right.
So I grew out the heat damage, but it still didn't feel healthy. So I cut it. And now it's just flourishing. Okay, so a lot of times people think that healthy hair correlates to long hair, or thick hair, or full hair, or hair with body, or hair, you know, that does all these magical things that it doesn't do. But healthy hair really is just your hair at its best natural state, just like your body. I was actually forced, kinda. I was sleeping and waking up gagging, like can't breathe, choking for air.
Wow.
Twice I think it happened. So I went to the doctor and I'm like, hey, I don't know what this is. And she's like, you gotta stop drinking soda. And I was like, what? No more soda. I was like, for how long? She's like, forever.
Wow.
And I was like, what? She's like, it's really affecting you that much. So they basically thought I had GERD, which is gastro something. It's like it's kind of like heartburn, but a little deeper. So when she told me that, it was kind of like, whoa, like you gotta take your health seriously.
Yeah.
And then I was getting older. I think I was just about to turn 25. So I was like, wow, okay, really? Soda is that bad? So from February of that year, which was I think 2017. Wait, what year is this? 2019? No, it was last year. Was it last year? I don't know. One of those years. Yeah. I just stopped, and I haven't had a soda since.
Nice.
And then from there, it kind of just started spiraling from there because I was already not really eating meat at the time. I was kind of feeling weird about it. And then I was going out and I was like, dang, I need to eat real fast. But I didn't have any defrosted meat. So I made all my sides and I was like, dang, what I'm gonna do for my meat? And I was like, wait, I don't need it. And that was it. And I ate that meal and I was full and I went out and I had a good time, and I don't think I had meat since then.
Nice.
I was eating fish a little bit, but as far as meat goes, I was absolutely.
So to people that you think are trying to do the same thing but are having a hard time, what do you think is something that would help them start the right path to get healthy, that maybe didn't have a push like you did?
I mean, even with that push, I think it was kind of the seal the deal as far as that. I don't really know if it was a push. I kind of just, once I decide something for myself, that's what it is. So it became something that I didn't want. And the more I didn't have it, the less I wanted it. So people all the time are like, don't you want to try? Like, don't you want to try? And it's like, I miss pizza. I've posted that many times before. But I'd rather have the idea of the pizza that I miss than eat a slice of pizza.
Yeah.
Because I've had it. I've had it plenty of times. Yeah. I know what it's going to do. I know what it's going to taste like. I know how it's going to make me feel afterwards. So it's like, I don't think it's worth it.
Yeah.
So you just kind of got to be consistent with yourself and what you want. And I decided that I didn't want to die early, and I decided I didn't want to be struggling with my health as I got older. Like, now's the time for me to get it together if I want to be together for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm going to be not here, probably.
Yeah. Do you think that had a lot to do with your self-confidence and the way that you viewed yourself, like the value that you put on your life and the confidence and the level of self-esteem that you had?
I think it has nothing to do with that and more to do with the fact that I'm terrified of death. Like, terrified. And if there's anything that I can do, because there's so many things, I have a lot of anxiety about the things I can't control with death. So the things that I can control, I'm on it.
Okay.
So once I found out, like, this is where I'm going and this is what the path that my body is going to take, you know, things did not get better just because I stopped eating. Like, fast forwarding to October, I still had issues, and I still to this day have issues. But they're not as severe. They're not as consistent. They're more controlled. But I think it has nothing to do with the confidence I have for myself, or it's just the fact that I want to be here.
You value life.
Yeah.
Nice.
I value life, yeah.
Nice.
That makes sense, yeah.
Okay. Just a fun fact, is there something that you can't control or what's one thing that you can't control in like everyday life that might drive you crazy? Like, I know someone who is terrified of the water because they don't know what's underneath there, and so they don't go in water. Do you have anything about yourself that's like one of those things that's kind of funny, but really...
There's so many. I have such bad anxiety. People don't even know. Like driving. If I'm in the car and someone else is driving,
okay.
My heart. But I drive like a maniac.
Yeah, kind of like...
Yeah. I'm terrified of being like not successful, I guess. Like every day I'm thinking about like I've been off these past 2 days and I've just been like, oh my God, I need to go to work. I need to make some money. Like, this is not fun. This is not cool. But at the same time, there's another part of me like, girl, sit down, relax. You deserve it. Enjoy the break while you can. You know, maybe you're getting the rest for something that's coming. So you kind of just got to remap your brain because it's in there, but we listen to what we want to listen to.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's move on to one of the things that you love to do and one of the many things that you do, you being a twerk instructor. Can you just kind of explain briefly what that is for people that don't know?
So basically, I teach people how to shake their butt. To pop it, to drop it, to lock it, to build it, to all of those things. We're very fitness based. A lot of people think it's just all fun and games, and it is, but you get the workout, you're gonna sweat, you're gonna be, you know, grinding it out. So I actually started the class because I hated the gym. I was like, I am tired of this. I was so consistent with it. I was like, I'm so tired of this. it's so boring. And I was like, ugh. But I didn't have the time to be in dance classes like I wanted to be. So one day I was twerking with a few friends, and I was like, they're like, this is a workout.
It is.
And I was like, you know what? You're right. And then I told Summer, I was like, I want to teach twerk class. I'm tired of going to the gym. I don't want to be fat no more. She's like, do it. And that was it.
Nice. So you had someone supporting you.
Yes.
How big is that to have?
Huge.
When you have an idea.
Huge.
Yeah.
Because if she'd have been like, girl, I don't know if I'd have did the class, you know?
Yeah.
Because she's my mentor. So
Yeah.
it's like, if she knows me, she knows, you know. If she'd have been like, I don't know, I'd have took it to another mentor and be like, I want to teach twerk class. And if they'd have said the same thing, then I'd have been like,
So how important, really quick, is it to have a mentor, do you think, for young people?
extremely important. And I didn't learn that until probably 20, 21.
Yeah.
And only because someone that I used to coach when I was younger told me. She's like, hey, girl. Yeah. And I was like, what? And that's when I was like, oh, people are watching me. Like, watching me. And that's when I started moving different. I was like, oh, hold on.
Yeah.
Don't, and even some of the girls would be like, oh, we're gonna act just like you. And da-da-da. I'm like, nah, don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
So do you have any stereotypes that you've dealt with, whether in your natural life as just Mari, as a twerk instructor, or even being a licensed cosmetologist? What are some of the things that maybe you might have dealt with that you've learned from?
Often people think I just twerk. People who don't know me, don't know my dance background, don't know that I'm a competitive dancer, that I'm a performer. Like, I can get down with the hip hoppers if I want to. I can get down with the jazz dancers if I need to. Like, I can pretty much do any style because I'm trained like that.
Yeah.
A lot of people think that, you know, that's why I don't like talking about it, because you don't know how people are gonna take it. And people always want to talk about it. Like, if I'm with friends, they're like, yeah, she teaches a twerk class. And I'm like,
but why do you think that is, that it could be perceived in a negative light?
I mean, a lot of things. Social media, the history of twerking, how people feel about strippers. People correlate twerking and stripping in the same, and it's really not the same.
Right.
So, I mean, yeah.
So how do you feel like when recently there was a trending video on social media of a girl who was doing the same thing you're doing, twerking, but she got a different response? Do you think it had to do with race? Do you think it had to do with where she lived geographically? What do you
I
feel
think it
about
had
that?
to do with her clout. She has more clout than me. So why would they not? Because then she goes back and then you go, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people care about how many followers you have, and if them reposting you is going to benefit them in the end. They don't repost you just because that was dope. And I have a lot of comments. Every day I have people like that video still to this day, and it's like, I don't make it a big deal because I don't care enough.
Right.
I was just trying to get the money. I was like, oh, she giving out how much? And I was trying to get the opportunity, you know, because being in that environment with all the things that I do would be great for me, but I'm not pressed about it. Like, if that's not what's in my plan, then that's fine.
Right.
That's what is for her. She was good, so I wasn't mad, you know, but it was kind of like, ugh, okay.
Right.
That's what's up. So I looked at her profile and I'm like, well, she know what she doing?
Yeah.
But at the same time, there were also not just me, other girls in the same area that she's in that do the same thing that she does and have been doing it in that area longer. They didn't get no love. You know what I'm saying? So it's just weird. Like, is it because of the way she set it up, the platform she has? She's smart. She came over here and she did it how she's supposed to do it, and she's gonna get her money.
Right.
So I can't be mad at her.
Right.
And I can't be mad at the person who reposted it because they doing the same thing.
Right.
So it just makes me, it's just like a mental like, okay. All right, bet.
So do you not think that being a woman of color, that people look at it more negatively when it's coming from you?
Always.
Okay. And why do you think that is?
Because they're used to us doing that. They're not used to seeing a white girl dance like that. So when they see that, a lot of people are like, wow, who taught her that, you know? So it becomes, well, now let me go see who the heck this little girl is, you know what I'm saying? So I think that because they're used to seeing us do it wherever they see us do it, it's not as big of a deal, but it should be. Because my twerking isn't the same as homegirl that's just throwing it around in the club. Like, there's strategy behind what I'm doing, and the same as the girl who did the video.
Yeah.
But like I said before, you know, I did all the same things she did. Everything she did, every move that she did, I did in the same song, and I posted my video the day that she posted the challenge. I didn't even know the challenge was happening when the video was being recorded. So I just posted it because somebody was like, hey, you need to get on this. I'm like, oh, perfect. I got a video from last night.
Right.
And I was like getting a lot of love from it, and a lot of attention, a lot of shares, and I was shocked. I was like, wow, okay.
Right.
And then nothing happened. And I was like, okay, moving on.
Yeah.
Not that serious. Who cares?